Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Deborah Heath Thornton, Chief Executive Officer for PA Virtual Charter School, and it's my distinct honor to welcome you today. To our esteemed guests, families, faculty, staff, and most importantly, our graduates. Welcome to the 2024 graduation ceremony marking PA Virtual Charter School's 16th graduation ceremony. Today we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our students who have navigated their educational journey in a unique and dynamic learning environment. As we begin, I'd like to start by honoring a group of hardworking people who really are the heartbeat of this institution. They are the folks that really make PA Virtual work. So I'll introduce our illustrious Board of Trustees. Can I ask the Board of Trustees to please stand? And because I want you to know them as well as I do, I'm going to introduce them individually. In her absence, Mrs. Bonnie Schaefer serves as the chair of the Board of Trustees. Mrs. Brenda Sekleben, there we go, is our vice chair. In his absence, Mr. Victor D. Valentine Sr. is treasurer to the board. We have Miss Sophia Lewis. She serves as secretary to the board. And we have Mr. Carl Swartz and Mrs. Stephanie Hamill, who also serve as trustees. Let's give them one more round of love. We really appreciate them. Thank you. To the graduates, welcome to your celebration. Today is your day. It's a day to reflect on your hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Your journey through PA Virtual Charter School has equipped you not only with academic knowledge, but also critical skills in time management, self-discipline, and digital literacy. You will find these skills invaluable in our ever-changing world. To our families, friends, and learning coaches, welcome. Thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement. Your belief in our students has been the cornerstone of their achievements. To our dedicated faculty and staff, say it along with me, welcome. Your commitment to providing a flexible and personalized education has made this moment possible. And graduates, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember the lessons that you've learned here. Embrace change. Continue to seek knowledge. And never underestimate your ability to make a difference in this world. The future is full of possibilities, and you are well prepared to meet those challenges head on. So congratulations, class of 2024. We are immensely proud of you and excited to see where your journey takes you next. Enjoy this moment and let it be a reminder that you can achieve any and all things through hard work and determination. Welcome all, thank you all, and let's celebrate success.
And now if we could all turn our attention to the screens for a student-created video. Thank you.
How long? What's the next one we know?
I am Laura Majestic, the high school principal. Very happy to be here with all of you today. And I'd like to welcome class of 2024 Olivia Beaumont to the stage to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And now we have a special treat. The PA Virtual Staff Choir, who is going to regale us with our national anthem. And now we will hear our PA Virtual Alma Mater presented by the Grove City College Choir. So good afternoon, everyone, once again. As the high school principal, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing today's student and alumni speakers. Their messages are the most relevant to you by far, but if I may speak for just a moment, I'd like to say a few words on behalf of the high school administration and faculty. During a very important meeting recently, a very important person asked me why the high school graduating classes are successful. God bless you. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of our students and our staff. Then I explained that as a graduating class, you have gotten involved. You have spoken up when you felt it necessary, created your own social groups and clubs, and most importantly, made true connections. You made connections with each other, your teachers, and the school community at large. Your time here at PA Virtual has not gone unrecognized, and you have not just been names or avatars on a computer screen. And in order to prove that, I'd like to share a few things that I've heard over the last couple of months from that fine group of people sitting right there. Go ahead, wave to your teachers. And some of them are up there too. No spitballs from the peanut gallery. So if you were just names or avatars on a screen, how would I know that Chris Owad and Phoenix Hall shared a brain cell in Mrs. Blisman's AP Calculus class, which they lost tragically, but later recovered, after finding it being chewed by Phoenix's kittens? How would I know that Mrs. Miller's geometry students considered themselves a cult, not the bad kind, and planned on making their own club just to stay in touch? Or that Josh Cogley and Marwa Mustafa took over her class and kept it going when her power went out? How would I know about Dorian Seaver's allusions to the 1990s in his incredible writing, which Mrs. Himmelberger actually looked forward to grading? That's a feat for an English teacher. Or how would I know about Dino Nuggets? Or Nathan Caldwell offering his time to help teachers with tech issues? Or Mr. Matuza's students raiding his office hours along with their trusty accomplice, Mrs. Betzenberger? If you were just names on a screen, I would know none of this, or the other innumerable stories and memories your teachers from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade have to share about you. So going back to that question again, why are PA Virtual graduating classes successful? It's because of you and them and all of this. And we are so incredibly proud of you. And now I have the distinct honor of presenting our first student speaker. Sophia Costello is the Vice President of the National Honor Society and a member of the Science National Honor Society and Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society. She is the media coordinator for the Fitness Club and a member of Blast Bible Club. After taking a gap year, Sophia plans on going to college for a bachelor's in exercise science with the intent of becoming a chiropractor. Outside the classroom, she enjoys football, volleyball, baseball, musical theater, and volunteering as a camp counselor. So let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way to the stage, Sophia Costello.
While I was sitting in my seat listening to the introductions, I realized that someone stole my line because the opening line to my speech is, "Hello, esteemed faculty." So, hello, esteemed faculty, excited friends and family, bored siblings, and most importantly, class of 2024. Now, yeah. Now, this room is full of potentials and possibilities. You know, graduates, you should all be very proud of your accomplishments. You persevered through all those late nights, early mornings, math homework tears. You have all put in the work and the time to be here, so congratulations. Soak it in. Now, this is the day that we have been waiting for. Some of us have been waiting for this day since the very beginning of the 2024 school year. Others have been waiting for this day since the very beginning of high school. This is an important day, sure, but why? You know, graduating high school opens up so many doors for the future, but why is this day so important to us? Why are so many people congratulating us? Why does it hold so much weight? Well, it might not have been easy. We might have struggled and stumbled, but we did make it eventually, no matter how many times we thought opposite. Now that we have completed high school, there is an array of new adventures on the horizon, and these past weeks, months, and years will soon become mere memories. Graduates, I don't know what you specifically are going into. For some of us, it might be college, trade school, a new job, the same job. Whatever it is, I don't know. But with whatever path you choose to take in this game of life, I do know one thing to be true. You will struggle. And some of you might be thinking, wow, Sophia, that is so encouraging. I'm so glad they chose you as a student speaker. You just told me that I'm bound to face issues. But that's the truth. And I'm being honest with you. Because that's just how life is. You will struggle. No matter what you choose to do next, there will be hardships. And that is because we live in a broken world full of broken people. Struggles sometimes are inevitable. No career choice will lead you to the perfect life. No future plans will grant perfect peace. You will have to face hardships at one point or another. That's just life. That's just how it goes. But the wonderful thing is, that's not where it stops. You're not down on your luck. With trials and tribulations comes an opportunity to view the inevitable hardships as a chance to grow, to put in the effort, to work hard despite the difficulties, to see the lesson in a most discouraging situation. See, oftentimes, I believe we get so caught up in what we're currently experiencing that we lose sight of reality. That suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Yes, some hardships are preventable, but some aren't. And with those uncontrollable hardships, you are given a choice to view the whole circumstance as an awful tragedy that holds no hope, that dooms you for life, or to view it as a challenge to become better, to grow even more confident in what you're capable of. You see, just because something is hard doesn't mean it isn't supposed to happen. We oftentimes believe just because we are going through hard times means that we're not in the right place. But it just means that you are in a process. See, at the end of high school, we begin a new journey. And this journey includes incredible, amazing, exciting adventures, but also some overwhelming ones. And while there are so many uncontrollable factors with what's to come, while there are so many things you don't understand, and you might never understand, you can control one thing: how you will react. In high school, you struggled. There were uncertain times. But in the end, you made it. I mean, don't believe me? Take a look around. You're sitting in these kind of tight chairs. You got these cap and gowns on. You have these tassels on your head. You continued to put in the effort even when it was hard. And that, I believe that is why today means so much to us. This day is not special because we are being handed a diploma for one day's worth of work. This day is not solely exciting because it means we get to move on from assignment due dates and projects, even though that is exciting. That's not what today is about. This is what elementary school, middle school, high school have been working towards. This is what the past 12 years of our lives have been working towards. We struggled through it, yes. We did. But that has made the victory that much sweeter. It is important to us because we have worked hard for it despite what we have faced. Now, at this point in the speech, some of you might be asking, Sophia, what's your message here? What are you getting at? Others might be asking questions like, how long until I can change out of this cap and gown? Or how far is it to the nearest restaurant? And they're just right down the street, by the way. But sadly, I only have answers to 2 of those questions. My point is this: whatever you face next, whatever area of life you explore, attack hardships with the mentality that you can use it to better yourself. That those unstoppable situations are just another point to add to the list of victories. Wherever you go next, I encourage you, I implore you to take everything as an opportunity to become the best, to work hard, and to earn your goals. Remembering that if it were not for the pain, you would not know how precious, how rare comfort is. You would not be able to fully appreciate it. You see, the pain has given you perspective. If it were not for the pain and the trials, you wouldn't have the strength. Now, before I step down, I want to leave you all with a quote. And if you were listening closely, you might have just heard the collective complaining from everyone who was checking their watch during my speech. And I promise you, I'm almost done. Now, this quote is from NBA legend Michael Jordan. You see, Michael Jordan, he played 15 seasons in the NBA. He won 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls. He has a net worth of $3.2 billion. And he is often referred to as the GOAT, or greatest of all time, of basketball, depending on who you ask. Michael Jordan said this when asked about working through rough times. He said, quote, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it, but you don't give up. Because when you give up, that is when you truly lose the game." Unquote. Now, just as Michael Jordan played the game of basketball, I invite you all, graduates or not, to play the game of life. To train for your game, keeping the victory in sight, to go around obstacles, and to bounce back after a loss. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Do you think that Michael Jordan never lost a game of basketball in his entire life? Do you think that he just won 6 national championships without ever training for them? Absolutely not. So why would it be different for you? Just like basketball, it takes a while for you to learn the rules of life. And just like basketball, you will lose. Just like basketball, you will win. Just like basketball, the wins do not make a good player. It is learning how to bounce back after a loss that makes a good player. Shout out to my cousin Matt. Thank you, and congratulations to all of our graduates.
Our next student speaker is Emma Lyons, and Emma is the president of the National Honor Society, having served last year as vice president. She also founded and currently leads the Blast Youth Group Club. After high school, she plans to attend the Institute for Global Outreach Development to major in community development and biblical studies and to pursue a career in vocational ministry. And let's give Emma Lyons a round of applause as she makes her way to the stage.
I must say my heart is beating pretty fast. Yeah, I know. Whoever made this beat did a really good job. Regardless, my name is Emma Lyons. As she said, I am the president of the National Honor Society. And before I get into anything too exciting today, I just wanted to say thank you to my incredible team of NHS leaders. You guys did incredible this year, as well as all the faculty and staff that have brought us this far. To all of my fellow graduates, my favorite teachers, and specifically Mrs. Burke, who couldn't make it here today, but she deserves a shout out. And I just wanted to say thank you all, because without your hard work, we wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be standing up here. So thank you all for all that you've done to get us here. Now, to be completely transparent with you, I feel like I just started my freshman year of high school, and now I'm on stage giving a speech, which is kind of wild to think about. I remember my freshman year so well. We were in Mr. Matus's class drawing a bunch of bees on the slideshow before we began. Or in Mrs. Eisenhower's English class, we held a funeral for John Proctor. And I remember being so excited about having my whole entire high school career ahead of me. And now here I am, and my high school career has come to a close. As a child, I always anticipated that my senior year was going to be the best thing ever, and I was so ready to get into it. I didn't have a lot of patience as a child, and surprise, surprise, I actually don't have any patience now either. And so it's really hard to think about all these things that I want to happen. I really wanted to graduate high school. I really want to go to college. I really want to do X, Y, Z. And it's no surprise, because one of the most common questions we're asked as high schoolers is, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? And at 18, we're posed with the question of, what are you going to do, and how is your life going to change from this moment on? And as a child, I never really knew how to answer this question. Everybody at 7 years old knew what they were going to do, and I was 7, and I had no idea what I was going to do. And I was 15 and 16 and had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Now, regardless of future planning, I felt like everybody around me was always knowing exactly what was going to come next. They knew their next 5 steps, and they knew that it was going to turn out well, and they knew everything that was going to happen. And I never knew what was going to happen, but I was like, let's just go on with it. Throughout school, I was always really excited for those one-day breaks we would have, and I would say, if I could just get through these 4 weeks of school, then I'd get 1 day of break, as if my 1 day of break would be more productive than my 4 weeks leading up to that time. And I carried this mentality through my freshman year, and before I knew it, my freshman year was over, and then my sophomore year was over. And I remember before my junior year of high school, I was journaling, and I was thinking to myself, how in the world could I be halfway done with high school? And then last year, I was actually on a trip in Lancaster with my mother, and I was just processing that my senior year was starting, and I was panicking because I had no idea where all the time had went to. And here I am, and I'm in Lancaster again, and all the time is officially gone before me. And at this time last year, I was so worried because I had spent so many years preparing for the future, forgetting to enjoy the moment that I was in now. You see, as a child, when I was growing up, I would watch my father, and my father, he is a gardener. He loves to garden, and he loves to plant. And one of the things that he did very often was ask me to pull weeds, and I hated pulling weeds. And I had no idea why this gardening thing was so enjoyable to him. But then at the end of the year, I would watch as we would get tomatoes and zucchinis to last a lifetime. And so I began to observe him. I noticed that in the winter, he would look at seed catalogs, and he would choose his seeds, and they would get sent to our house. And then I noticed in the springtime, he'd start planting plants in our basement, but don't worry, nothing sketchy is going on. We just really like tomatoes. And then in the springtime, he would then transplant the seeds into our garden, and then at the end of the summertime, we would be able to have so many vegetables, and my parents would can their vegetables together, and they'd enjoy that time that was spent together. And as a child, I really never understood the value of it, but as I watch him now, I see that there is beauty in preparing in each season, regardless of what that preparing looks like. You see, friends, life seems to be a lot of the times like gardening, and whether it be research planning, watering, harvesting, or resting, each is of vital importance in our own life, as well as gardening. You see, life seems to be a lot of times like the seasons. Sometimes we're in winter, as Sophia was talking about, we go through lots of hardships, and then the springtime comes and everything feels new and enjoyable, and the summer comes and you can relax, and then the fall comes again and everything dies off. And life seems to feel oftentimes like these monotonous seasons. And yet, as author David Miller once proclaimed, all of the trees are losing their leaves, and yet not one of them is worried about where their leaves are going to. The trees are not left wondering where their food will come from when the seasons end, because they know it's not their season to grow. The birds are not burdened when they have to travel south during the winter months, and the sun is not scared when it spends more time on the other side of the world, and the sea creatures are not questioning the cold temperatures of the water. All of nature flows seamlessly through the seasons, appreciating one while it is here and moving on to the next. I can promise you this. You might not know what season is next for you, but to everything on earth, there is a season. I can promise you that there is no correct season for stink bugs. There will never be a good season for those. Anyways, in the wintertime, there's a beautiful scenery that you can view. You can drink a cup of coffee and you can sit by the fireplace and you can wait for the springtime to come. And then you can enjoy the aroma of the flowers as you're driving by. And then in the summertime, you can drink a cool drink by the pool. And then in the autumn, you can appreciate the views even though the leaves are dying. Even here, even when you don't know what season you're in, you can appreciate the beauty in it. And then the autumn will come and you realize that things are dying again, even though you were just enjoying that hot summer day. Now, I am no expert farmer, but Google did tell me that cooler weather during the autumn and the winter months will allow the outdoor plants to keep their top growing strong. And even though the top doesn't necessarily look like it's going strong, the roots are growing strong within the cooler months. And if the cooler months didn't happen, then the plants wouldn't be as successful as they are in the warmer months. Now, at this point, you guys are probably wondering who hired a phony gardener to speak at your graduation ceremony, and I'm wondering right there with you. And to encourage you to be expert gardeners, I will share with you one thing that I have learned from a family of gardeners. It's that good gardeners let the ground rest in its season, and then they work the ground when it is time to plant. You see, without the dark and cold seasons of life, you and I would never flourish in the warmth. And without the scorching heat of the summer, we would never be able to appreciate the cool breeze of the autumn. The thing is, each season is vital in our becoming. As human beings, we're so focused on what we're doing next and what's coming, and we often forget that we're just supposed to be human beings, and we're just living through the seasons, being as we are. You see, this life is not something you get to prepare for. It is here and it is now. Life is not waiting for you to get everything together to pass you by. It's not waiting for you to get the friend group or the promotion or the community to pass you by. Life is going on and people are growing old. So how will you prepare for the seasons that are ahead of you? And how will you allow the seasons to prepare you? You see, if you never stop to appreciate the falling leaves, new growth will never excite you in the spring. If you never stop to appreciate the sun, then you'll never appreciate the cool of the winter breeze. If you're looking at every season of your life just waiting for the next, you'll never get to the next season because you'll always be stuck in the past. And if you're always stepping into new seasons without honoring the present, it'll never be a gift to you. I mean, the present is called the present for a reason. See, whether you like it or not, the seasons have to change. But I can tell you that there's a time for everything in this life. There's a time for birth and a time for death. A time for planting and harvesting, for pain and for healing, for tears, for laughter, for mourning, for dancing. There's a time to seek and a time to rest, and a time for silence, a time for noise. There's a time for war, and there's a time for peace. I promise you that everything will be beautiful in its time, but right now, even in this time, your season is beautiful. It's often said that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and you can look to somebody else's season and think, wow, I just wish I was there. I wish I was in that season of summertime. But what if you just stopped to water your own grass instead? Then maybe it might be a little greener. You see, during each season, there will always be things you don't enjoy, but there's always joy to be found. You have breath in your lungs, you have people to love, coffee to drink, dogs to pet, and delicious foods to eat. Right now, you're living in a season of your life that you will never have again, so slow down and live in it. That season of community, health, or financial security may come if that's what you're looking for, but this is your season now, so live in it and enjoy it. Because now, not later, is your time to live, because we're not promised tomorrow. So, graduates, in this season of graduation, let yourself feel all the graduation feels and live in this season. It might be summer for you or it might be winter, but live in it and enjoy it while it's here. And when it's time to move on to the next, be ready to let go of your season. You see, the beautiful thing about seasons is that they differ per location. Your location and your season might not look like anybody else's, and that's okay too. See, many of us here are experiencing entering into a new season of your life. Maybe you're a graduate and you're looking into going to college or going into the workforce and you're feeling that excitement of summertime. Live in that and don't get caught up in the winter. Or maybe you're a parent or a learning coach and you're dealing with having to send your child off to school and you don't know how you're going to make it and you're entering into that season of winter. But I encourage you to make a hot cup of coffee and look out at the snow and know that one day spring will be here again because winter never lasts forever. So, in this season, don't rush its absence, but live in its presence. You see, times will come for new beginnings, but be ready to live and be ready to live now. It's okay to let the ground rest when it's time to let the ground rest, but once it's ready to grow, let it grow. So, fellow graduates, congratulations on this wonderful accomplishment of graduating high school. When you're tempted to look back on this season of high school, remind yourself that it's only getting better from here. Think of how many people you have yet to meet that you will love, how many foods you'll have to eat that are going to become your favorites. Think of how many coffees you have to drink still. And think of all the opportunities that lie ahead for you. This season is yours, graduates, learning coaches, teachers. So take this season and live in it. Congratulations, class of 2024, on this incredible accomplishment, and best wishes as you continue this captivating journey of life.
Well, I'd now like to welcome PA Virtual graduate from the class of 2021, Jacob Sackleben. He's going to be addressing you as our alumni speaker. Jacob left his mark on our community by being authentically, wonderfully himself, having spent most of his school years learning at PA Virtual. You can read more about him in your program, but I'd really like for you just to get to know him yourselves. So Jacob, please, the stage is yours.
I'm going to start by making a minor correction. You said most of my schooling, all of my schooling, kindergarten all the way through up.
Jacob has spent all of his schooling at PA Virtual.
I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous too, as I'm sure all of you are. Start by telling you a little story. When I was first asked to be this year's alumni speaker, I, without hesitation, right away, immediately turned it down. I mean, what business do I have giving a speech like this? What have I achieved that entitles me to this privilege? In my head, there's this predetermined measure of success, and I hadn't reached it yet. I sat for weeks and weeks on end trying to figure out what on earth am I qualified enough to talk about. And that's when it hit me. There is no one path to success. When you're getting ready to graduate high school, all the focus seems to be putting on attending college, right? Everyone starts asking you, where are you going to go? What are you going to study? What's your major going to be? They're all great questions, but they don't always fit everyone. Some people don't fit the mold of college. Some people want to go to trade school. Some people decide they want to enter the workforce immediately, right after they're done finishing high school. There are so many options available to each and every single one of you as you take this first big step into the real world. Even if you narrow it down to just going to college, you've still got plenty of decisions to make. Do you want to do in person or online? Do you want a 2-year or a 4-year degree? What field of study you want to go in? Do you have a specialty? What's your major? What's your minor? You've got all these different things. Where are you going to go? All of these different questions coming at you. So I'm going to tell you my story a little bit. When I left PA Virtual, I was accepted into a 4-year college, and I started that September. I completed my freshman year, did pretty well for myself, but when it was time to go back for my sophomore year, I had some issues that prevented me from going back. I'll be honest, college is not cheap, right? All the parents are nodding their heads here. College is not cheap, is it? No. So I had to stop for a second, and then when I started to think a little more deeply about what I wanted, I decided perhaps maybe going back wasn't really the best move at that time. I was burnt out. I'd gone through 14 years of nonstop schooling, count them, 14 years, kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, all the way up. And I just wanted a little break, so I took one. I decided to take not just the year to go out, make more money, and go back to school, but also wanted to find out what I truly wanted to do in life. You know, you're 18, you're sitting there, you think you got it all figured out. You think, you know, you're going to do this, you're going to go there, you're going to do this. I had it figured out, I thought. I wanted to go out to Hollywood. I wanted to be the executive producer of The Price is Right. I wanted to go out, I was going to go to Hollywood, get a degree, right there, bam, bam. Next thing you know, I'm giving Drew Carey a microphone every morning. Really big dream, and that's okay to have big dreams, but it didn't work out. But I'm still achieving parts of my dream. I got to go on The Price is Right. I was a contestant. I won a whole bundle of prizes. I won. I'm very proud of that. And if you ever get the chance to go out, during the commercial breaks, Drew talks about that crazy superfan who keeps tracks of Bob's ties in an Excel sheet, and that's me. I'm a little crazy. You know, and I got to go out to Los Angeles several times, including recently. I got to see some of Pat Sajak's last Wheel of Fortunes. I don't know how many of you are big Wheel of Fortune fans. Tonight's actually his last one, hence the tie. Special occasion for me, I don't know. So, check your local listings, watch Wheel of Fortune. Got to get that plug in, right? So you probably have some big dreams where you're sitting right now. Some of you are probably dreaming of going to faraway places. Others, you might be dreaming just stay right where you are. Both of those are completely valid. The most important part about it is being you. I've done a lot of thinking recently about what being me means to me. And I've come back realizing that, well, maybe I'm not the most perfect person. I'm happy just the way I am. And I haven't given up on my dream yet. I'm going to say something here that might be a little surprise to my mother here. I'm actually going to be returning to school this fall as a part-time student, start working on my degree again. So, who knows? Maybe. We think a lot about success in a conventional manner. You know, you graduate, you get a degree, you get a good job, you start a family. You know, they're considered successes by most people. But also, think about the unconventional successes. Not all of you are going to go on The Price is Right, but maybe you get to go take a tour of Europe and go travel the world, or maybe take a road trip around the Commonwealth and go see go see all the little historical markers, learn a lot about the Commonwealth. It's a pretty good state, a lot of cool stuff around. Or maybe you have a quirky hobby and you collected every single specific figurine released from a specific show. You know, maybe you're a big Friends fan, you have every pop vinyl or all that stuff. Those are all successes too. Success isn't just a big picture, binary, yes or no. Success could sometimes be as small as just getting out of bed in the morning. It's important to congratulate yourself on not just the big stuff, but also the small stuff too. Now, I know when I graduated, by this point in the day, I was tired, I was hot. I know these chairs are uncomfortable. So I think I'm probably one of the last things standing here between you and that little piece of paper over there. And then you can get your celebratory dinner at, what do they have? I think there's a Golden Corral across the street, gets your celebratory dinner over there. And there's a prom tonight, right? Masquerade ball, right? A lot of you are going to prom, right? I think you said it was the biggest prom ever, I think, for the school, right? So yeah, pretty good. Congratulate yourself on that. So I'm going to quickly wrap this up. Just remember, your life in a year from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, even next week, might not look anything how you expect it to be. But just as you go along your journey, don't forget to celebrate your successes, no matter how big or how small they may be. Thank you.
One last round of applause for all of our student speakers. I think this is the point in the program that everyone's been waiting for, the awarding of the diplomas. So if we could please get our students in position to do so.
Noor Alsabar. Nadia Crawford. Jillian Acevedo. Danielle Martin Havard. Naomi Adams. John Alexander. Katerina Bartoloma. Oren Bavuso. Olivia Beaumont. Sudays Bolden. Dakota Pacheco. Zoe Blank. Hamza Brooks. Kayla Brown. Jaden Boswell.
Sienna Braun.
Thank you. Sienna Braun. Hayden Brown. Zaira Sanders. Hi, congratulations. Laura Brown. Hi. Jillian Burns. How are you? Jessica Castro. Brenna Chase. Aisha Chaudhry. Chochiana? Laura Chochiana. Laura Coyle. Sky Conahan. Amira Covington. Emilio Cruz. Jasmine Chell. John DiClemente. Thank you. Reina D'Alessandro. Brooklyn Dantzler. Hannah DeVore. Theodore Dvorak. Nicholas Ferrari. Brooke Fuller. Jartu Francis. Hi. Samaya Frederick. Vaughn Fleming. Thank you. Jillian Galt. Layla Gauthier. Dominique Garula. Congratulations. Michael Graham. Corinna Hardy Stewart. Savera Hamid. Sarah Hallberg. Michael Hamill. Jeremy Harum. Lakota Hiltz. Hi. Adrian Heinrich. Natalie Hums. Alicia Keith. Daniel Klein. Phoenix Hall. Ryan Krieger. Ashaya Johnson. Brittany Hilton. Jordan Holloway Robinson. Michaela Loving. Kyle Lunar. Catherine Johnston. Autumn Kovac. Tamia Jarman. Autumn Jessup. Emily Lampert. Cadence Laura. Josephine Lycap. Sophia Costello. Emma Lyons. John Patrick Martin. Elena Manusco. Angel Muniz. Michael Devin Aaron Michael Devin Matthews. Leah Stevenson. Wait. Alpha Barry. Vincent McDonald. Jayla Thomas. Katir Muhammad. Dylan Morgan. Dimir Miles. Megan Miller. Madeline McCullough. Sienna McQuilkin. Jave McLean. Johanna Bennett. Kaylee Ariana. Jackson Peters. Christian Patton. Rocco Palutro. Isabella Parks.
Marilee Oyola. Marilee
Marilee Oyola. Rochelle Newmeyer. Megan Nalis. Madeline Nace. Marwa Mustafa. Natalia Rufino. Derek Rosen. Mason Rivera. Nawara Rivera. Yasser Rayad. Damon Ritchie. Ella Reedy. Ava Potter. Kaylee Racino Coleman. Dorian Seaver. Juliana Schwartz. Jaden Schittler. Aaliyah Sanchez Vasquez. Priscilla Rosado. Nevaeh Rothar. Tate Rolape. Nelson Rodriguez. Eva Sprecher. Daisy Solares. Kanaya Smith. Kiana Smith. Remy Sedero. Destiny Shearer. Sadie Shane. Mikhail Whitmer. Kyra Blair Shalala. Marissa Tack. Marquan Purdy. Aya O'Brien. Gabriella Angelina Swain. Emily Starson. Carl Statler. Anaya Smith. Brianna Williams. Rachel Wooderman. Dylan Shores. Nasir Stroman. Skylar Workman. Lanaya Reeves Only. Matthew Smoker. Chloe Weichel. Alexis Wuchter. Liam Varasov. Jaden Whaley. Sophia Wenger. Alexander Wong. Colleen Wisdom. Connor Mahay. Siriana Gill. Lily Schaefer.
Graduating seniors of 2024. You are the unique, distinctive, exceptional. You are the 16th graduating class of Pennsylvania Virtual Charter School. The class of 2024. Commencement means to begin, to initiate, to originate. I charge each of you to go forward and do just that. Your diploma represents the thumbprint of PA Virtual on your foreheads. Carry your diploma with pride. This fast-paced, ever-changing world is ripe for your contributions. Take with you all that you learned, absorbed, and acquired during your time at PA Virtual. The knowledge, skills, relationships you've made will serve you well. Your awareness of your world, your social skills and character development will pave the roads that you travel. your technology skills, good values, personal integrity, and faith commitments can prove ample on and off ramps to keep you on whatever path you choose. Take all of this and better the world for your cohort, for your elders, and for the generations that will follow you. There's a lot of work to be done out there. We are counting on you. To whom much is given, much is required. You have earned and received much. The world requires much of you. You are our present and our future. Finally, remember your alma mater. Keep us in mind. We can't wait to see what you do. Let us know where you land. Stop by and visit. Send us an email or some pictures or just a tall tale or two about where your life is taking you. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, the conferral of those degrees that you've just been given. Will our graduating seniors and their learning coaches please rise? And for those graduates and learning coaches attending virtually, rise wherever you are. This is your moment as well. We honor you too. To our learning coaches, thank you for the countless hours you've spent planning, teaching, and mentoring. Your patience and passion have not only facilitated learning, but have also inspired a love for knowledge and a drive for excellence in our students. You have been their rock in challenging times and their cheerleader in moments of success. You've been their guide on this journey of learning and growth. Learning coaches, we honor you. Let's give them a round of applause. Learning coaches, you may be seated. And now, for the graduating seniors, the class of 2024. Can you ever get tired of hearing that phrase, the class of 2024? I don't think you can. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania Virtual Charter School, and with the authority thus vested in me by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer to each of you the diploma of this fine institution with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Give yourselves a hand. And now a very important part. We're going to move your tassels. And we're going to do it together. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is you are currently a graduate. When that tassel goes to the other side, you're alumni. So let's raise this hand. And, yep, everybody, and we're going to cross them over to the other side. All right, all right. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome, alumni. Okay, so let me just ask that everyone remain seated until our graduates have exited the auditorium. Then it'll be time for more of that hooting and hollering I was hearing over here somewhere, and the real parties can begin. Congratulations. May God bless you all.